What I love about that is you focused on the personal connections, right? I mean, we can think about the channels to the market, right? We can think about the complexity that's happening and all the ways that we have to reach our audience and influence, hopefully, their buying decisions. But the first thing that you said about narrowing down all this complexity is truly understanding that buyer, right? And if we understand the buyer and we have a personalized message, it's not necessarily all about how many ways then we can reach them, but it's what we're saying. And we've lost sometimes the art of what we're saying. Hyper personalization, right? That's like a buzzword these days. So much that almost it's lost its meaning. But it's so important. And we have so many more avenues today. We have more data on our buyers than we have ever had. We're swimming in data. Our data is fragmented, siloed. We're all on big data aggregation strategies to bring it together so we have it ready for AI. But within all of that, it's like garbage in, garbage out, right? With AI. If we don't put the right stuff in, but you are a big believer in the voice of the customer in our past conversations. And that even though we're drowning in more data than we've had, it doesn't replace the actual conversation with the customer. And I'd love to understand your philosophy on that and why you believe that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, philosophy is we are all humans. And I'm not talking about humans only want to talk to humans. And I'm not talking about do not use AI or other technology to spread the word. Yeah. But I think the personal touch is not only hyper personalization by communicating, it's also by listening. So, of course, you can use and should use all this technology to communicate, but you should use it to listen as well. And you said data, garbage in, garbage out. This is a main point. We should think about how can be the voice of the customer a main part in our data. The data is the base for every technology, especially AI. So if there's missing the voice of the customer in the data, there's a really important data leak in everybody's strategy. And I think every company has 2 or 3 points where they have a kind of voice of the customer. If these are the salespeople, if there's the hotline, if there are client satisfaction surveys, whatever. There are parts, but I think they do not use them to aggregate and to see them the same way like they're using all the consumer data they have from the other systems. And I think maybe it's easier to say, yes, we have to communicate on a hyper-personalized way. By the way, we can now fulfill this promise we're promising since a couple of years with the help of AI. We can do this now. Yeah. But we should not forget about listening to our customers and to our clients. So I think this is the philosophy, listening to your clients, to your customers, and bringing people together. And what I did with my team and the whole company here, we really executed and built some really well-working communities, awards, barometers. We have our ear to the voice of the customer by meeting them, by listening. And on the other side, we're giving them the real chance to be part of the peer group and to be a leading voice, a thought leader of this peer group. And I think these two effects, they are very, very well working synergies. And this is kind of our philosophy, listening, bringing people together and showing their expertise, giving them a voice to the peer group.